Hi girls, this is the sheet I gave you to take notes on 9I out of your book, Group Data and Frequency Histograms, but I'm going to cheat and use this really big one so you can see better. Okay, so this is 9I, and this thing says this is a frequency table. And so a frequency table shows a set of data and it's arranged in class intervals. So what that means is that possibly the people that I interviewed, I was looking for their age. Okay, and I didn't care if they were 60 or 61 or 62 or 63. I just wanted to know, were they in their early 60s or their late 60s, early 70s, late 70s, or early 80s. So when I see this notation, it means 60 to 64. Now, how did I pick 64? Because it's the next thing before the next interval starts. Okay, so if that's 65, that has to be 64. So lots of times they just have the dash there, but it says 69 here because 70 is next. And this says 74 because 75 is next. So they won't have anything in there, but you'll know that's where it is. Okay, so let's say I went around and I asked everybody what their age was. And probably as I was walking around asking, I'd say, oh, you're 61, thank you. And you're 72, thank you. And I would tally up as I walked around. And then after I did all my tallies, it would look something like this, and I would write down the frequency. I'd add up my tallies, and then I'd add everything up and I'd say, yes, that's good, there are 25 people in the room, so I know that there were 25 people, or I found all the people, their ages. Now this percentage frequency is a new column, and to get percentage frequency divided by the total number of people and multiply by 100. So to get that 12, I must have done 3 over 25 times 100, and that gets me 12, and it's actually percent, but we don't write the percent sign. So percentage frequency goes here. So this one would be 6 divided by 25 times 100 gives 24. And that, of course, has to add up to 100 because that's a percentage. Okay, great. The next thing is the frequency histogram. So this is just a graph of that data that I had before. So in this one, the frequency goes on this side, and the class intervals go on this side. And it's really clever how the class intervals are. So it's 60 up to 65. Yeah, see how that goes? And then 65 to 70. And then for each bar, I go up 3 if it's 3, and you get it. Now, a gap is used when I don't start at 0. So I don't need to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and start way down here. I can start right away with 60 if I just leave a little gap. All right, that's great. I think that's easy, just like a bar graph. The next graph is the percentage frequency histogram. So for this one, I used on the side percentage frequency. So I knew that this went up to 32, so I had to make it go up to 32. And then I put my class intervals here. Remember, you have to label that with this label and also label percentage frequency histogram. I left a little space because I started at 60, and then I put these numbers for my columns. All right, easy. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is construct a frequency table. Okay, so there are 50 data points here, and when you set up your table, my suggestion is that you do class interval. Okay, and the class interval tells you to go 0, 5, 10, okay, and so on until you get everything in. And I reckon that 24 might be the biggest number in here. So 15, 20, and that's all you need, because the next one will be 25, and I don't think I have anything over 25. And then I'd put a little tally column to tally up. When I got 1, I'd tally it here, and so on. Okay? And then put your frequency here, which is just adding up your tallies. And then the next column you want is percent frequency. Okay, so it says, get the table, construct a frequency histogram. So you're going to have to do the histogram as well. And then it's going to ask you a couple questions. You might need to do the histogram in your book if you end up running out of room down here. Okay? So, because your page is a lot smaller than mine. And that's it. You can show me this before you start your work if you want, and I can let you know if you're right, or lots of other girls also have the right answers in class, and you could check with them. And then the work from 9I is right here, and I don't know what this is. I don't have a worksheet for more reasoning type questions. This is just all I want you to do, and then we'll go on to the next thing. Well done.